Hello students, this week's spelling unit is Unit 33, Homographs. First of all, on your page here, on page 216, we have our word list, but I want to first, before we even read that, I want to go down to the bottom of this page here. Let me find where I'm at. And let's look at what a homograph is. They are words that are spelled the same, so they look the same, and that's what we can get from the name of the category itself. I think of the word graph like a picture that I would be looking at. And so it's the picture that looks the same. So they are spelled the same because obviously that's the only picture we would have would be when the word is written out. They are spelled the same but have different meanings, pronunciations, or origins. So they might be said differently and they obviously mean something differently. Our sort today is really just putting it into syllables, 1 syllable, 2 or 3 syllable words. And just a reminder, to break a word into syllables, we look at the vowel sounds. Every vowel sound is going to be part of a new syllable. All right, so I'm going to read through the word list and I'm going to give you both pronunciations for each word. Number 1, progress or progress. You notice that we have different emphasis when we read those. Different syllables are accented. Number 2, compound or compound. 3, aged or aged. 4, conduct or conduct. 5, present or present. 6, minute or minute, meaning tiny. 7, counsel or console. 8, primer or primer. I guess that one has the same. Number 9, rebel or rebel. 10, convict, convict. 11, content, content. 12, wound, wound. 13, compact, compact. 14, buffet or buffet. 15, extract or extract. 16, refuse or refuse. Refuse would be garbage. Number 17, contract, contract. 18, invalid, invalid. 19, convert, convert. 20, object, object. Okay, so with this one, I'm going to give you one answer here. I'm going to give you the answer to number 1. Write the word that has either 1 or 2 syllables depending on its meaning and depending on its pronunciation, really. So the answer to number 1 is going to be aged. If I say aged, that's 1 syllable. If I say aged, that's 2 syllables. Let's look at page 217. I'm going to go through and give you a couple of answers. I think this week's words are going to be a little bit challenging for us. So I'm going to give you a couple of answers. For this first section, write the spelling word that matches both definitions. So number 1, we're looking for a word that means a thing inside or satisfied, 2 very different things. The spelling word that would be for both of those meanings would be content, also pronounced content. So the content of something would be the thing inside, and then content would be being satisfied. Number 2, I'll do another one. A textbook or another word for paint. And the answer that would be for both of those is primer. We don't use the word primer for a textbook anymore, but that was at one time a word that was used for that. The rest of those I'll let you try on your own. And then I'm going to go down to number 12. Write a spelling word that could be used twice in each sentence to replace the underlined words. Same thing, really. We're looking at 2 different definitions. I'm going to do number 12. The sick, weak person has a will that is not legally enforceable. So we have a sick, weak person would be an invalid, and something that is not legally enforceable would be invalid. So that's the same word, just pronounced differently. Let's look at page 218. Remember that each one of the words on the pages are only used once, so you have a nice place here to check off the words. The first section, cause and effect. Write the spelling word for each cause and effect statement. We're going to do 2 of these together. Number 3, because it's afraid, a tortoise may blank its head into its shell. It may contract. That would be the answer for that one. Pull its head into its shell. So these are cause and effect relationships. The cause is that it's afraid. The effect is that it can contract its head into its shell. Number 4, as a result of the blank between those 2 countries, they now have peace. This one's pretty hard. So number 4, the answer is compact. Compact is another word for an agreement, a treaty, or a contract. Did I just use that word twice? Yes. So that would be the answer for number 4 that you might not be familiar with. And let's go down to number 13. In this section, you are writing one spelling word twice. You only have to write it once on the blank to make the sentence complete, but it'd be the same word for each one. This blank on painting suggests using a blank coat. So really we're talking about a book on painting, could be like a textbook perhaps, an instructional book, and the first coat. So the word that would fit in both of these is the word primer. All right, I'm going to have you tackle the rest of this. Remember on this page, if I were you, I would go through and cross all of these out because you know you're not going to use those words. That, along with the answers that I just gave you, you're going to be able to eliminate quite a few, and hopefully that should help you out. Remember, work smarter. Get rid of those words first to do some more eliminating from your list. That's going to really help you out as you go through possible answers. If you have any questions, bring them on the Zoom meeting on Wednesday night at 7. Have a great week, you guys.